Have you ever noticed how some women walk into a room and everyone just treats them differently? Better, with more respect. Here's what most people don't realize. It has nothing to do with how much money they have or what they're wearing. It's about 12 specific behaviors that signal high class without saying a word. And here's the interesting part. Most people don't even notice these behaviors consciously. They just respond to them. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what these polite behaviors are and how you can use them starting today. These aren't stuffy old rules. These are subtle signals that make people perceive you as more sophisticated, more elegant, and more worthy of respect. Make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to carry yourself like the truly elegant woman you are. Let's get into number 1. Master the overlooked etiquette of gift giving beyond just bringing something to a party. When you give a gift, remove the price tag and present it in a way that shows care, wrapped nicely or in a good bag with tissue. If you're giving wine to a host, don't expect them to serve it that evening. It's a gift for them to enjoy later. When bringing flowers, either have them arranged in a vase so the host doesn't need to stop everything to deal with them, or send them ahead of time so they're not an imposition during the event. Understand the difference between a hostess gift and a guest gift. If you're attending someone's holiday party, the gift is for them as hosts, not a wrapped present for under the tree. And crucially, when you receive a gift, express genuine appreciation in the moment, and then follow up with a written thank you note within a few days. Handwritten notes for meaningful gifts or hospitality are non-negotiable in sophisticated circles. Digital messages are fine for casual situations, but for formal occasions, important gifts, or significant gestures, put pen to paper. Next, understand proper dining etiquette, because this matters more than you might think. When dining with others, wait for everyone to be served before beginning to eat, unless the host encourages you to start. Use your utensils from the outside in. Your napkin goes in your lap as soon as you sit down. Break bread with your hands, don't cut it with a knife. Chew with your mouth closed, and don't talk with food in your mouth. These basics seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people don't follow them. Place your utensils on your plate when you're finished, not on the table. If you need to leave the table temporarily, place your napkin on your chair, not on the table. Don't reach across people. Ask for items to be passed. Don't use your phone at the table during a meal. These rules exist because they make dining a pleasant, civilized experience for everyone involved. When you demonstrate proper table manners, you signal that you're cultured and considerate. This matters in professional settings, social occasions, and anywhere you want to make a positive impression. Next, practice gracious introductions and know how to navigate social situations smoothly. When introducing people, provide context that helps them connect. Don't just say names, give them something to talk about. Sarah, this is Jennifer. Jennifer just returned from Paris, and you were just planning a trip there. This helps facilitate conversation and shows social awareness. When being introduced, engage warmly with the new person, rather than immediately returning your attention to people you already know. If you're in a group and notice someone standing alone or looking uncomfortable, bring them into the conversation. This graciousness creates an atmosphere where everyone feels included and valued. Remember people's names and use them occasionally in conversation. If you forget someone's name, it's better to politely admit it than to avoid using their name entirely or worse, guess incorrectly. Social grace is about making others comfortable and facilitating pleasant interactions. Have you ever noticed how some women just seem to fit perfectly into any setting, almost as if they were meant to be there? The secret isn't about wearing the most expensive clothes, it's about understanding how first impressions work and dressing for the places you want to go. These women take a little time to learn about the dress codes and expectations of wherever they're headed. If they're going to a finance networking event, they dress like they already belong in that world. If it's a fancy party, they show up looking like they could be the host. The real magic is in making it look easy. They pick outfits that fit them beautifully, choose colors that highlight their best features, and add accessories that enhance their look without overpowering it. And here's a friendly reminder: grooming matters even more than the price tag. Well-kept hair, glowing skin, and good posture can make any outfit look amazing, while even designer clothes can fall flat without those basics. Take a peek at your own closet and ask yourself, does this reflect the woman you want to become in the next 5 years? Start building a small collection of pieces that help you feel confident and successful. Focus on great fit, timeless basics, and taking care of yourself, instead of chasing every new trend. Before your next big event or meeting, try looking up what people in that space usually wear and use it as inspiration. You'll be surprised at how much more confident you feel, and how others respond when you look like you truly belong. And if you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to hit that like button. It lets me know you want more friendly advice just like this. Have you ever noticed how women in high society seem to move through life with such ease? Here's one of their secrets: they don't chase after things or people that aren't interested in them. Whether it's relationships, friendships, or even career opportunities, if the interest isn't mutual, they simply let it go. I know, this probably goes against what most of us have been told about going after what you want. But these women get something important about how people work. The moment you start chasing someone who's pulling away, you're actually giving away your power. Instead, they come from a place of real self-worth, not just pretending to be confident. If someone doesn't call back, keeps canceling plans, or just seems half-interested, they don't double down. They focus on the people who are genuinely showing up for them. And here's the interesting part: because they're not chasing, people start to wonder why. Their comfort with walking away actually makes others want to keep them around. It might feel a little backwards, but it really works. So, here's something you can try. Start matching people's energy instead of always trying to lift it up. If someone takes 2 days to reply to your message, you can take 2 days too. If a friend keeps bailing on plans, maybe stop inviting them for a while. And if a business opportunity needs too much convincing, it's okay to move on. For your next step, think of one person or situation where you've been doing most of the chasing. This week, try pulling back a bit. Don't make a big announcement or explain yourself. Just quietly shift your attention to those who are already showing up for you. See what happens. Women in elite circles have a distinctly different relationship with male attention. They appreciate it when it comes naturally, but they never appear desperate for it or use it as a measure of their self-worth. This approach actually makes them more attractive to high-quality men because desperation and neediness repel the kind of partners they want to attract. Confident, successful men are drawn to women who seem complete and fulfilled on their own. They never chase men who aren't actively pursuing them. If someone's interest seems lukewarm or inconsistent, they assume he's not truly interested and redirect their attention elsewhere without drama or lengthy explanations. When they are in relationships, they maintain their independence, interests, and friendships. They don't disappear into romantic partnerships or make their partner the center of their universe, understanding that maintaining your own identity makes you more attractive, not less. If you're single, stop chasing lukewarm men. If someone isn't pursuing you actively and consistently, assume he's not that interested and focus your energy elsewhere. If you're in a relationship, make sure you're maintaining your own interests, friendships, and goals outside of your partner. Build a fulfilling life that doesn't depend on male attention for validation. When you're genuinely happy and complete on your own, you attract partners who want to add to your life, not complete it. Here's a little secret. Using silence can be your superpower. While it's tempting to fill every pause in a conversation, women with great etiquette are totally comfortable letting others take the floor. It's not about being distant or uninterested, far from it. It's about giving space for others to open up, sometimes even more than they planned. When you're not rushing to answer or defend yourself, people often reveal things that can help you in conversations, negotiations, and relationships. They know that the person who talks the most isn't always the one with the most influence. More often, it's the one who listens carefully and chooses their words thoughtfully, making every comment count. If someone criticizes or confronts them, they don't jump in right away. Instead, they might pause, think it over, and respond later with something calm and meaningful, or sometimes they just let it go. This calm approach makes them seem steady and in control. Want to try it? Practice the 3-second rule this week. Before you respond to anything emotional, count to 3. Before you jump into a conversation, listen first. And before you share your opinion, ask yourself if it really adds something, or if you're just filling the silence. See how this changes your conversations. Perhaps the most defining characteristic of these women is their unwavering sense of self-worth. They've done the internal work to understand exactly what they bring to any situation, and they never apologize for it or minimize it to make others comfortable. This shows up in how they price their services, choose their relationships, and respond to opportunities. They don't accept less than their worth just to avoid conflict or to make others happy. They understand that when you undervalue yourself, you teach others to do the same. They've built evidence of their worth over time through their achievements, skills, and contributions. Because they have concrete proof of their value, they never question whether they deserve what they're asking for. When someone tries to negotiate them down or treat them as a backup option, they don't get emotional or argumentative. They simply redirect their attention to people who recognize and appreciate what they offer at full value. Write down 5 specific things you bring to your relationships, your work, and your social circles. These could be skills, qualities, experiences, or ways you support others. Keep this list somewhere you can see it daily. When you start doubting your worth, read it and remind yourself why people are lucky to have access to you. Stop accepting treatment that doesn't match your value. If someone consistently treats you like an option, make yourself unavailable to them. Here's something that might surprise you. These women rarely engage in arguments or confrontations. Not because they're avoiding conflict, but because they've learned that arguing is usually an inefficient use of time and energy. Instead of trying to change people's minds or defend their positions, they have a different strategy. They quietly remove themselves from situations and people that don't align with their values or treat them appropriately. They understand that you can't reason with unreasonable people, and that trying to convince someone of your worth often has the opposite effect. So when faced with disrespect or drama, they don't fight back. They simply become less available. This approach is remarkably effective because it forces people to experience the consequences of their behavior without creating additional drama or conflict. When someone realizes you're no longer responding to their calls or including them in your plans, they usually understand the message. The next time someone disrespects you or tries to drag you into drama, resist the urge to defend yourself or argue your point. Instead, become less available to that person. Don't respond immediately to their messages. Don't include them in your plans. Don't engage with their negativity. Watch how quickly people change their behavior when they realize access to you isn't guaranteed. This silent boundary setting often has more impact than any argument could achieve. These women understand that they are their most valuable asset, and they invest in themselves accordingly. They don't feel guilty about spending money on things that improve their skills, health, appearance, or opportunities. Professional development, quality healthcare, personal training, therapy, courses, and networking events are all seen as necessary investments rather than luxury expenses. They understand that these investments compound over time to create significant returns. They also invest in their appearance and presentation, not out of vanity, but because they understand the reality of how the world works. People make quick judgments based on how you look and present yourself, and these women use this to their advantage. Set aside a specific amount each month for investing in yourself, whether that's a course, a networking event, better skincare, or professional coaching. Treat this investment as non-negotiable, just like paying your rent. Ask yourself, what's one skill or improvement that would have the biggest impact on your life in the next year? Then figure out how to invest in developing that area, even if it means sacrificing other expenses. These women approach relationships with the same intentionality they apply to everything else. They understand that your social circle directly impacts your opportunities, mindset, and personal growth, so they're very deliberate about who gets their time and energy. This isn't about being manipulative or fake. It's about recognizing that every relationship should add value to your life, whether through emotional support, intellectual stimulation, professional opportunities, or genuine joy. They actively seek connections with people who are where they want to be or who share their values and ambitions. They attend events, join organizations, and put themselves in environments where they're likely to meet like-minded individuals. But they also understand that networking is about mutual benefit. They're always considering what they can offer others: introductions, support, advice, or opportunities. They build their reputation as someone who adds value to every relationship. Take inventory of your closest 5 friends right now. Are they supporting your growth or keeping you comfortable? Are they where you want to be, or are they pulling you backward? This doesn't mean you need to cut people off, but you might need to spend less time with energy drains and more time with energy gains. Make a list of 3 types of people you want to connect with this year, and research where those people gather. Then show up consistently and focus on what you can give, not what you can get. The final secret is perhaps the most sophisticated. These women have learned to be genuinely warm and approachable while maintaining clear boundaries about what they will and won't accept. They can be kind without being a pushover, generous without being taken advantage of, and friendly without being everyone's best friend. This balance makes them magnetic because people feel comfortable around them, but also respect them. They're genuinely interested in others and skilled at making people feel heard and valued in conversations. But they also know when to say no, when to pull back, and when to protect their energy from people who drain it. They understand that boundaries aren't walls, they're gates with them as the gatekeeper. The right people respect these boundaries and actually feel more comfortable knowing where they stand. Practice saying no without over-explaining this week. When someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, simply say, "That doesn't work for me," or "I won't be able to do that," without providing a detailed justification. Notice how this changes your relationships. The right people will respect your boundaries, while the wrong people will reveal themselves by pushing back. These 12 secrets aren't really about joining high society. They're about developing the mindset and behaviors that create success and fulfillment in any environment. The fascinating thing is that all of these principles are available to you right now, regardless of your background or current circumstances. I want to hear from you. Which of these secrets hit you the hardest? Which one are you going to implement first? Drop a comment below and let me know, because I read every single one and often respond with additional tips based on your specific situation. If this video helped you see things differently, I'd love it if you subscribed. There's always more to discover about becoming your most confident self. Remember, true confidence isn't about perfection. It's about knowing your worth and being willing to honor it, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging. Until next time, keep growing and remember, you already have everything you need to transform how you show up in the world. The only question is, are you ready to use it?